Are you tired of memorizing endless grammar rules only to completely freeze up when you try to have a real conversation? Well, today, we're going to talk about a powerful method that's flipping language learning on its head, moving us away from those abstract drills and into real, meaningful communication. Does that sound a little too familiar? You spent hours with flashcards, you can absolutely ace a quiz on verb tenses, but then someone asks you for directions on the street, and your brain just totally freezes. It's such a classic, frustrating hurdle for so many of us trying to learn a new language.
So this slide really lays it all out, doesn't it? On the left, you've got the old way, the traditional grind, learn the rule, memorize the list, and whatever you do, don't you dare make a mistake. But on the right, that's a much better path. It's all about actually using the language to get stuff done. It's about communication, not perfection.
Right. And this better way? It actually has a name. Task-based language teaching, or TBLT for short. And honestly, it's a total game changer. We're about to break down exactly how it completely rewires the learning process.
Okay, so this whole learning by doing thing, what is TBLT really? Let's get into it.
So at its core, TBLT totally flips the old way of thinking. Instead of learning grammar before you're allowed to communicate, you learn grammar because you need it to communicate. The entire focus shifts to completing a real, meaningful activity, a task. And learning it in the moment like that makes it stick so much better than just memorizing some abstract rule.
And this is maybe the most important part. The whole mindset shifts. The emphasis is on the outcome. Did you successfully plan the trip? Did you manage to order the pizza? When you're just focused on a tangible goal, that fear of messing up, it kind of melts away. And that naturally builds fluency and, just as important, the confidence to actually use the language. So when we say a task, what are we actually talking about here? Because it's not what you might think. We're not talking about, those boring fill-in-the-blank worksheets. Think about real-life stuff. Role-playing a call to customer service, trying to design a travel brochure, or planning a project with your team. These are all things that require genuine communication to get done. All right, so we get the what, but how does this all actually play out in a lesson? I mean, it's not just a free-for-all conversation, right? No, there's a real, effective three-step cycle that guides the whole thing. Yeah, it all comes down to this super clear three-step cycle. You have the pre-task, the task cycle itself, and then the post-task. And each of these stages plays a really crucial and different role in how you learn. So first, you've got the pre-task. Honestly, just think of it as the warm-up. The teacher sets the scene, makes sure everybody knows what the goal is, and might give you a few key words you're going to need. They're getting you ready for the main event, giving you the tools you need without just spelling everything out. And then, bam, we hit the main event, the task cycle. This is where you're really in it, usually working with a partner or a small group. You're planning, negotiating, problem-solving, maybe even arguing a little. You're using the language. The focus isn't on perfect grammar, it's just on getting your ideas across to get the job done. And finally, you've got the post-task. Now this is so important. This is the cool down, the reflection. After you're done, the teacher can point out useful phrases people used or offer some general corrections. See? This is when the grammar lesson happens. But it's not abstract, it's targeted right to a problem you just had. Okay, so we've covered the what and the how. But now for the big question. Why does this work so well? What's the secret sauce here? What are the core ideas that make this whole thing so effective?
Well, it really boils down to 7 guiding principles. Think of them like the DNA of TBLT, the stuff that makes it all work together so perfectly.
And here's the whole shebang. You've got scaffolding to give you support at the start and task dependency so lessons build on each other. Recycling makes sure you keep seeing old concepts in new ways. Active learning, well, that's the heart of it all. Integration means you're not just speaking or listening, you're doing it all at once. Then you move from just repeating stuff to actually creating original thoughts. And finally, reflection helps you think about how you're learning. You see how they all work together? It's this whole ecosystem designed to get you actually fluent. Let's just pull out 2 of these to really see how they work. Scaffolding is like having training wheels on a bike. The teacher gives you just enough help so you don't fall, then slowly takes it away as you get better. And active learning, that's the engine. It's like you can read a million books about swimming, but you're never going to learn until you actually jump in the pool. Same idea.
Okay, we've gone through a lot here. The what, the how, the why. So let's bring it all home. What is the big takeaway from all this? What does it all mean for you if you want to get truly fluent? Look,
Here's what it all comes down to. TBLT isn't just some new teaching fad. It's a fundamental shift. It's about building the skills you actually need to survive and thrive out in the real world. It puts the focus on being fluent, it makes you more confident, and it turns learning a language from a boring chore into something that's active, engaging, and, actually works.
And that really leaves us with one final kind of big question, doesn't it? I mean, if we know that doing is the best way to learn something as complicated as a language, what other complex skills in our lives should we be learning this way too?